So we have with us today His Grace Sri Narsingha Prabhu. So Sri Narsingha Prabhu has completed his M.Tech from IIT Kharagpur in Visual Information Processing and Embedded Systems. Then he has worked in a British multinational company, CPA Global. And then after working for there for a couple of years, then he has joined as a full-time monk for the Service of Humanity, distributing Bhagavad Gita. He conducts Gita school contest. So in various schools in Kolkata, he goes and have a school contest of Bhagavad Gita. The students from class, I think class 6 to class 10, they read Bhagavad Gita, they have to do their exams in Bhagavad Gita. So in different schools in Kolkata, Prabhu does this thing. Like how you all are getting in a college, taking Bhagavad Gita, the same happens in schools, and Prabhu also gives very nice seminars to youths for different colleges, IIT Kharagpur, our college, then Techno India, students of Techno India College, and many other students. And Prabhu is very humble, compassionate, and we are fortunate that Prabhu has come here, taking his valuable time for all of us. So we thank Prabhu and welcome him for coming here. Allow him to chant 3 times.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. So very happy to be here with each and every one of you. So we'll be discussing about the scientific understanding of God's nature. So we have got a laptop also.
Same is here. You can just when Prabhu changes, then you also change this.
Okay, yeah, that is better, yes. I think, it is more nearer to you and,
All of you can come here. You can front में आ जाओ. आगे 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 बढ़ो. And you can see the slides.
It's clear, right, for everyone? Okay, very good. So, actually it is very important to understand the word scientific. The scientific, it has a lot of depth. One thing is, scientific indicates that it is very practical, very logical, and very realistic. So we are going to discuss that particular aspect of practicality, logic, and realistic aspect of God's nature. So you understand there is a relativity and there is absolute. The two things. So there is a relative outlook, understanding, and there is a absolute outlook and understanding. Certainly, absolute is something higher. That is. So, in this session, we get into those higher outlooks. Then, like we have a general outlook and a general understanding, which is called as the relative outlook and relative understanding. And we will, along with that relative outlook, we on that we develop that particular subject that we cultivated with a relative understanding to go on to the absolute understanding. So it's like the complete science. So there is practicality, there is logic, and it will be realistic. We'll see. It is a little marathon we'll be doing in the next 40 minutes. Very amazing discussion. So, someone can read this?
God is the origin of everything, just like any one of us.
Who is saying this? Srila Prabhupada was saying this, yeah.
We can understand that my body is generated from my father's body. My father's body is generated from my grandfather's body. My grandfather go on. It is not that because you cannot see your great grandfather, so you cannot say there was no such man as great grandfather. Great grandfather. Similarly, if we go on searching out what is the original father, that is God. Therefore, in every religion, God is accepted as the supreme father. If you are existing because of your father. Your father is existing because of his father. There must be somebody original father.
Perfect. So there is logic you can see here. There is a lot of logic that is involved in this logical understanding. Okay, someone else can read.
That is logical conclusion, not that I am born out of here or my father is born out of here. No, there must be somebody father. Anything you take, there must be origin. The modern scientists, they cannot find out the origin. Simply say it exists like this. Therefrom, this exist came. There was chemical, hydrogen, oxygen, and mix up. There was water. Who put the oxygen, hydrogen, oxygen? So these answers they cannot give because they have no perfect knowledge. So logical conclusion is there must be somebody origin. That is God from whom everything emanates, everything takes birth.
Yeah. Just like there is a cricket match going on. And in a cricket match, you can see there is a player, there are fielders, bowlers, batsmen, wicket keeper, so many people involved. And they keep playing. And there is a running commentator. He keeps commenting so many things. He keeps saying so many things. And along with the running commentator gives his own understanding of what is going on and how it should go on and all. But you can see there are people also who give their own understandings. You saw people they keep watching the cricket match and they also give ऐसे खेलना था वहाँ पे ऐसे खेलना था ऐसे टच करना था बहुत इतना इजी बॉल है ये सब बोलते रहते हैं है कि नहीं. But the point is these people they can only speak they cannot play there. Get the point now. 22 yards 22 yards distance, the ball goes like a, like a lightning. It comes like a lightning. And the person has to take decision in a fraction of second, not in second, a fraction of second. So the commentators, they keep on commenting, but they are not the players. Get the point? So in a very similar way, here you can see, God is the main player. He is the one, who does the entire creation. He is the one who manufactured the atom. He is the one who is mixing the atoms to molecules and different variegated ways. He is doing it. And there are people, who keep commenting, running commentators. So now running commentator I say because who has put the hydrogen or oxygen? Like I'll just give you a simple logic. See, the like charges, they repel each other, and unlike charges, they attract each other. So you see, all the electrons there, they are moving in the orbit of the atom, and within the nucleus, what is there? Protons. They are all what charges? Positive charges. So when all the protons are there together, should they not repel? And atom should be completely unstable and it should burst. है कि नहीं? किसी ने सोचा ये पॉइंट? वो atom should completely burst ना, it should be completely unstable. But कैसे वो stable है? साइंस क्या बोलते हैं? Electrons are there externally, but within the nucleus, कैसे protons are there together, how they are stable. Now they're all together, they're there in one place. एक electron कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं, to handle all the, and that too, different electrons at different far points. There are so many theories, apple pie theory, and like Rutherford model, how the all the electrons are placed very far away. So and in fact this electrons are stabilized because of the nucleus. It is not that electrons are stabilizing the nucleus. Electrons, they are not flying away, and electrons are stable in one place because of the nucleus. You see, that work function. Work function is needed. मतलब, there is a work that is needed, to remove the electron. इसका मतलब, their electrons are under control. They cannot control. So now back to the nucleus. So how the nucleus is stable? What the science says?
Intermolecular forces do not act on the nucleus because at that scale the intermolecular forces do not act. Somehow this theory doesn't apply to the nucleus.
Molecular forces. Actually, it is not molecular. Within the atom, there are electrons.
Yes.
Molecule is atom and atom together. So it is much more smaller. So what the science, there is a one particular word, that science uses within the nucleus. This is like physical chemistry. The theory of nucleus. Or there is so much of nuclear things, going on all over the planet. There is some energy, that there, I can give you, Planck energy is what that stabilizes the entire protons within the nucleus. And it starts with the word B. If anyone is very good in physical chemistry, If anyone is binding, exactly, binding energy, yes. So now the point, binding is, it is a noun or a verb? Is it a noun or a verb? Verb. Action. So action indicates actor. Again, who is it that is binding? Immediately comes, right? So, it's a food for thought. At such a, finer, deep level, who is it that is binding? The point is, it is not a scientist who is binding. So, scientists can only comment, ऐसे होगा, ऐसे होगा, ऐसे होगा, अंदर ऐसे. So that is the point. So there is someone, who is binding, who is acting. थोड़ा सोचने का बात है. You can see, there are so many different scientists. So just now we are discussing about, this atomic structure. Schrodinger's, he has, something very much in relation to atoms. Schrodinger and, this Max Born also, he also has. Of course, Isaac Newton also made things, in relation to atom. These are all these great scientists. Why it has been named here is, they all believed in something superior, some superior personality. I think everyone attended DYS, no? So you saw that, how they believed in something superior, Yeah, go ahead. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So, someone can read the translation.
Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has an eternal, blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He is no other than, and he is the prime cause of all
All
causes.
causes, yes. So now there is relative outlooks, like we are trying to understand from our own perspective scientifically that there is God. That is relative outlook, and here is the absolute understanding that Lord Krishna himself is giving of how he has created it. So this is the understanding given by Lord Brahma. He is a topmost scientist. His whole body is made up of intelligence. Lord Brahma. How many of you heard of Lord Brahma? Okay, I think someone in the last might have not heard. You heard of Brahma? Heard. So Brahmaji says this particular point. That he is the one, Lord Krishna is the one who is the origin of everything. Everything. The statement of Lord Brahma. And he has an eternal blissful body. It's a body which is completely antimatter and completely blissful. And he is the origin of all. And he has no origin. And he is the prime cause of all causes. Prime cause. So actually it has lot of logic. I tell you how. Energy and energetic is a complete knowledge. Scientific knowledge. But only energy is a half knowledge. Only evolution is a half knowledge. And if someone is convinced about only energy, you can understand, that is perpetuated, someone is convinced about the half knowledge, it's like, so, One has to have the complete knowledge. And recently, one of the news channel they said that the scientists are no more believing in Big Bang theory, and they are now coming to the concept that everything originates from a black hole. That is a different concept that they are coming to. So now this is outdated actually. This Big Bang theory is also outdated. You can see someone can read if okay. Yeah, I'll read it. So there is this different universes that actually originate from where? From the body, the divine body of Mahavishnu. And from the divine, pores, skin pores of Lord Mahavishnu, one universe starts coming out. You get the point, huh? So this skin pore, you can say in the scientific term as black hole. So ultimately, the scientists have to come back to God. You can see, everything emanates from Mahavishnu. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. And then Mahavishnu, he expands into every universe as Garbho Dakshaya Vishnu. You heard of Garbho Dakshaya Vishnu? So actually, Mahavishnu, I was telling energy and energetic, and the entire energy, how the entire creation has been handled by the energetic. So Mahavishnu, he creates all these universes, and within every universe he expands as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. That also Lord Brahmaji tells how he does that. Deeparchireva dashantaram abhyupetya. Just like with one candle you lit another candle, both the candles look alike. So in a similar way, Mahavishnu, he expands as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu in each and every universe. Within each and every universe. And then, after expanding within each and every universe, how he manages, you can see, he creates Lord Brahma and he empowers this entire universe. This is the 14 planetary systems, and it is completely taken care of by Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. He creates Lord Brahma, and then Brahmaji he creates different other species according to one's software. अलग अलग लोगों का अलग अलग माइंडसेट होता है, अलग अलग इंक्लिनेशन, अलग अलग डिजायर्स होता है. तो उसका माइंडसेट, उसका थॉट प्रोसेस के अनुसार लॉर्ड विष्णु क्रिएट्स different. Lord Vishnu empowers Brahmaji to create different ground bodies. Okay? So here is Lord Brahma, who is empowered by Lord Vishnu. And then Lord Brahma, you can see, he is empowered to create so many different ground bodies. There is the main creation of all the universes by whom? By Mahavishnu. Perfect. And then there is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and he empowers Brahmaji. And Brahmaji is now, with all the empowerment he got, he is making all the ground bodies. Hardwares, according to the different softwares. So you can see the mechanism, the plate. You can play one more, yeah. It is plain. Okay, everybody can watch this. It is very amazing mechanism. How there is so much engineering involved in it. You can see there is camera, there is maybe थोड़ा पास में आना पड़ेगा ना. So, there is so much of science involved now. है ना? It is so much of mechanics, and it is so wonderfully, it is managed in a structure. There is a, just like, in a company, there is a layout. Like that, there is amazing layout, that has been, what do you call, there is a plan, and, everything, it is so perfectly projected according to one's, mindset. So, and you can see how when we sow the seeds, God gives the rains, and then there are grains. And one who has brain, can see there is someone else who is, helping in the growth of the, the seed, and according to the different time, place, there is, just like there is standard temperature, pressure. So all the different conditions, which are needed for that seed of, growth of the seed, it is all been provided by, some higher authority, right? So just like, this is one of the examples. We give the interview, and a panel has to select us for the job. You write exams, and teacher has to give the marks. So you can see Hanumanji, when he went on to start his powerful mission, he prayed to Lord Ramachandra. He called out for Lord Ramachandra. Jai Shri Ram. Of course, it's now, it is well known, many people know all over the planet about Lord Ramachandra. Of course, there is some people use it for political purpose. I am not into that, but I am saying about the science, about how energy and energetic. That is the point I am discussing. So there is a sloka from Bhagavad Gita. Yajjad vibhuti mat sattvam. Everybody can repeat.
यद् यद् विभूतिमत्सत्त्वं
श्रीमदूर्जितमेव वा
श्रीमदूर्जितमेव वा
तत्तदेवावगच्छत्वं
ततदेवागच्छत्
मम तेजोंश संभवम्.
मम तेजोश्च सम्भवम्.
Anyone wants to, anyone who did not chance can read it.
Know that all opulent, beautiful and glorious creation spring from but a
a spark of my splendor.
Just a spark of my splendor. You know, the absolute truth from the absolute supreme personality, the word of God, direct word of God. We have our own perspective, you know, that how there is engineering, there is science, and you know, there is a relative outlook. But now here you can see the absolute truth coming from the supreme personality as it is. So he himself is revealing that he is the origin and the essence of everything. So you can see how, like whatever glorious, attractive, wonderful things, Gama Vishesha Bhutani,
Amavishasya bhutani
Dharayamyaham Ojasa,
dharayamyojasa
Ushname Chaushadhi Sarvaha,
Krishna
Ushname
Krishna me
Chaushadhi
chaushadi
Sarva
sarva
Soma Bhutva
soma bhutva
Rasatmaka.
rasatmaka.
So you can see all the planets, they are floating in the air. How? Because of Lord Krishna, who is stabilizing, who is giving them the energy and is floating them in the air. So, and Soma Bhutva Rasatmaka, you know, of course, this we'll discuss little later. Okay. Someone can Balam Balavatam Chaham,
Balam balvata chaham
and the strength of the strong. Lord Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita 7.11. Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi,
buddhe buddhimatam asmi
and the intelligence of the intelligent. जो भी ideas मिल रहा है, and all the great scientists, and you can see Newton also with the apple falling on him. So all that ideas, you know, of great scientists, thought process of great scientists, it is all because of whom? Because of Krishna. So you can see, yeah, this is one more. Sunlight is a cause of blooming of the lotus, right? And you can see there is a in Mayapur, in Uttarakhand, there is everyone is able to hear my voice. Hare Krishna. I think the sound is here in Nityananda Kutir, there is one special flower, lotus flower called as Kairava. This Kairava, it blooms in moonlight. So here is, lotus, which is blooming in sunlight. So there is a lotus which blooms in moonlight. It is called as Kairava. You can see in here Nityananda Kutir. Night time, it blooms. And of course, you all know that how sunlight is the cause of photosynthesis. So Krishna is telling, Prabhashmi Shishi Suryayo. I am the cause of moonlight and also the sunlight. I am the source of the moonlight and sunlight. Shashi matlab moonlight, moon. And Soma Bhutva Rasatmaka matlab, Soma matlab moon. This moonlight is a cause of juice in the fruits and vegetables. The juice which is there, who is the cause? Krishna is the cause. And Krishna also says, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva. I am the digestive fire in the belly of everybody. Krishna is saying. So, you can see, there are two statements. These two statements indicate that मैं आपको खिलाता हूँ और मैं आपको बचाता हूँ. Krishna is the cause. We don't even know this point. Krishna is telling. We know that food is coming into our mouth, but we don't know how we are able to enthusiastically take it. Because Krishna is putting some juice so that you can take it. And after taking, chewing and all, we know. But उसके अंदर जाने के बाद कैसे वो डाइजेस्ट हो रहा है, ब्लड बन रहा है, we don't know. Krishna is saying that. Hare Krishna. Okay. So, among the bodies of water, I am ocean. Among mountains, I am Mount Everest. And the best of everything. Someone can read this? Someone who didn't got this. Maybe our friend at the back. Didn't got this. You can take the mic. Okay. Mic.
In some way, the universal of
Kanaya. Kanaya.
This actually, what happened is, there is a font, called as Balaram font. So because of that, the different kinds of letters are coming. It is actually called as Krishna. Krishna only. Because of the font is different. And just like, you have this word, which is read in a different format. You don't have the code, you read in a different format, coded there, so like that it is. So it is Krishna, it is. Okay? You can read as Krishna. And then there is
the
Krishna.
universal form of Krishna, which is temporary manifestation and the form of kindly. He was everything and even the form of Vishnu, overhand and created. Have all the activation by Krishna. Thus Krishna is the origin of all these manifestations. It is that Krishna is not that.
It is not that Krishna is.
It is not that Krishna is a manifestation of the original Vishnu or Vishnu. Krishna is the origin of all forms.
So now you can see here that there is these three levels of understanding God. This is also very, very important sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. Vadanti tat tattvavidas tattvam tattvam jnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti shakjate. So, there are three levels of understanding of absolute truth. Understanding God, we can theoretically understand that energy के पीछे energetic है. But even understanding the energetic, there are these are like very, very, very powerful science. It's a very deep science, like a superior science, absolute science. So in that, when one starts getting into that science, so there is one level of thesis that one can realize. That is, initial level is called as Brahman, and this thesis is understood by one level of scientists called as Jnanis. And this Brahman understanding is also called as relative understanding. It is not absolute. Because the yogis, Vedavyas says, they have a higher understanding than even the Jnanis. They understand that behind the impersonal light, there is a personality. And higher than this understanding is completely dealing with God and how God deals with the entire energies. That is Bhagavan level understanding, the topmost understanding. There are three levels of understanding. The topmost science is the Bhagwan future. So it is not something sentimental. Bhakti is not a sentimental feeling or something. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita that Buddha Bhava Samanvita, with understanding Buddha, then one gets Bhava. That is called as Bhakti. It's a complete science, topmost science. Right? Energy and energetic, and within the understanding of that energetic, the different levels. Jnanis, yogis, bhaktas. So just like a mountain can be seen in three levels. Like you can see a mountain from far distance, you see only something very hazy, greyish color. But you go a little more, what do you see?
Valley.
You see something greenish. And more details, yeah. The valleys and the greenish thing and more details. And you go much more nearer. You see there is birds, there are branches, there are living entities on the more and more details you start seeing. So that is what is you can see here. In the initial level of science, impersonal aspect of Subhit, that is all pervading effulgence of Bhagavan Krishna. And then there is the Paramatma future. And now, we are discussing about that science, stability of the atom. See, after Brahmaji creates all the gross bodies according to different softwares, what happens is all the gross bodies are actually stabilized by atoms. And how the atoms are stabilized? It is because again Garbhodakshaya Vishnu he expands as Shirodakshaya Vishnu. And Shirodakshaya Vishnu he expands as Paramatma within every atom. So that's why Lord Brahma tells, and Dantarastha Paramanu. He is there managing the entire Brahmanda as Mahavishnu and Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and he is there as a Paramatma within every atom and behind every personality as a super soul. You can see here, Mahavishnu is expanding it beside every personality, beside you, beside me, beside the atheist, beside the agnostic, beside a Muslim, beside this very same form of Paramatma is there beside Christian, beside a Jew, or beside any religion, any human, or any animal, any entity as super soul. The very same form of Lord Krishna. You can see, and he is the one who is there within the atom also, stabilizing the atom. So ultimately, all these Vishnus, they are actually the main origin is Lord Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. And he has all the six opulences. You can see all the six opulences. Supremely beautiful. That even the birds also get attracted to Lord Krishna. Birds like peacocks and in fact any entity, any animal, they all get attracted to Lord Krishna.
Kamdev also.
Kamdev also gets attracted to humans, birds, animals, everybody. Of course, demigods, Kamdev is a demigod and he is supremely richest. You can see he is sitting on a golden throne and he is lying down on a ivory bed. And it is studded with so many corals and jewels, and is supremely knowledgeable. See, Brahmaji is full of intelligence, and he is empowered by the flute sound of Lord Krishna. Flute sound of Lord Krishna was heard by Brahmaji, and then Brahmaji was empowered, and he spoke something which came out as Gayatri Mantra. And he has been given Vedic knowledge by Lord Krishna. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaya. Krishna tells in Srimad Bhagavatam, Vedavyas tells in Srimad Bhagavatam that Lord Krishna is the one who empowered Brahmaji within the heart and is supremely powerful. So, you can see here, and is supremely famous and supremely renounced. See, after having all these different opulences, आप देखिए दुनिया में जो भी थोड़ा बहुत ब्यूटीफुल है, थोड़ा बहुत wealthy है, knowledgeable है, they get lot of fame and name, and you cannot go and talk to them so easily. When they become, especially when they become celebrities, they are like completely out of control of, out of public access. There is a lot of, guarding people and all that. But here is someone, who is supremely, beautiful, supremely wealthy, supremely knowledgeable, supremely powerful, supremely famous. But he is supremely renowned. He can become servant of his devotee. This is our Krishna. So wonderful. See, we try to make so many people as heroes. But that hero will never care for anybody. Hero or heroine never care for their fans. But here is a real hero who really cares. So in North India, generally people get attracted to love stories. Why? Because naturally everybody they are attracted to Radha Krishna and Sita. And that is how people in North India they study the Bollywood, they study the psychology and they make love stories. And in South India, you see, why the film industry they make action movies? Because they study the psychology that people are attracted to Narasimha and Lord Vishnu. And that is how they make the movies. So he is our real hero. He is the truth. He is our real hero. Right? You can see in this world, the beauty, the opulences which you are seeing in this world, they are nothing but a reflection. Like you can see here, the reflection of this tree. All the different opulences and the fame, power, everything what you are seeing, it is all a reflection of the absolute truth. Right? The reality is somewhere else. So, Bhagavan or God is one who is full in six opulences. So from him come, in fact, Srimad, Mama Tejo Amsha, it is just a spark of splendor of God. जो भी आप देख रहे हैं, whatever beautiful, famous, richest, powerful, knowledgeable and renunciation, all these things, आप जो भी देख रहे हैं, it is already there in the absolute truth, in full, in complete quantity. This is the point here. Know that all opulent, beautiful and glorious creations spring but a spark of my splendor. Ishvara Brahma Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Niradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. So as I mentioned, all the softwares, this entire creation has different softwares. So Krishna softwares है, exact number Krishna is giving in. You can see. There are four kinds of hardwares Krishna creates: Janayuja, Udbija, Andaja, and Svedaja. What it means is viviparous, born of soil, oviparous, and born of moisture. These are four kinds. And now, these four kinds, these are broad categories. These are hardwares, what you are seeing. But the exact number of softwares, the different varieties of softwares is being mentioned by Padma Purana. Jalaja Navalakhani, मतलब the aquatics are 9 lakhs. Stavara Laksha Vimshati, the trees and plants are 20 lakhs. There's a Rudram tree, you know, this insects are 11 lakhs, birds are 10 lakhs, bees and reptiles 30 lakhs, mammals are 4 lakhs. So, all these details are mentioned so clearly in the science of Srimad Bhagavatam. There is absolute knowledge. There is relative knowledge of the human being as a limitation of understanding what the world is around, how the world is around, different hardware, software and all. But there is a higher science which gives the exact number of hardware without any human errors, human imperfection. Beyond the relativity, there is the absolute truth which is given by the science of Srimad Bhagavatam. Exact knowledge, exact knowledge. Red, green, blue, the mix up in different variegated ways and to give up, to give rise to different colors. In a very same way, there are three fundamental qualities called as Sattva-guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna, and they, in different permutations, they mix up to give rise to different species. So just like you have fundamental units, mass ml square t power minus 2 for time, there are seconds for length, you have meter. So like that, units and dimensions, you can see the fundamental units. So in a very similar way, the fundamental qualities, there are three, and these three qualities mix up with different permutations and combinations to give rise to all these softwares. And accordingly, there are different hardwares. 84 lakh species total, this exact number. It's coming? Equatex, Jalaja, Navalakhani. And all these details are from Vedic Padma. So many different species. Different sizes, forms, colors, layouts. Different techniques, different sizes. According to their different mindsets. Even within the human beings, there are so many different varieties. So many different variegated forms. Everybody is able to see, right? So we need to understand energy and energetic. So many times, there is a misunderstanding of the signs of uh, the gopis' love for God. Actually, the gopis are actually Ladini Shakti. They are actually Shakti Tattva, and they are actually expansions of Ladini Shakti. Energy and energetic. So you cannot divide, you cannot separate sunshine from sun planet. In a very similar way, you cannot separate energy from energetic. The same sunshine is energy, sun planet is energetic. So in a very similar way, Lord is energetic and he has energies which you cannot separate. Right? So, and this energies, Parashi Shakti and Vivdeva Surya, there are different variegated energies of Lord. So, and all the gopis are personified forms of energies of Lord. They are Ladini Shakti. And someone can read? Yeah, okay, I'll read it. Radharani is the most benevolent, tender-hearted feminine counterpart of Sri Krishna and not different from him. As I mentioned, sun and sunshine. She is so great that if anyone renders even a meager service to Lord Krishna, she considers that person a greater devotee than herself. Although no one can excel her in serving Krishna. So Krishna is known as Rishi, Kesha and Adokshaja. These two particular words have been used by Sridhar Goswami in this instance. Rishikesha is the super soul and Adokshaja is the supreme personality of Godhead, transcendent to the material nature. Just to show favor to the ordinary living entities out of his causeless mercy, he appears as he is. Unfortunately, foolish persons mistake him to be an ordinary person, and so they become eligible to go to hell. So they misunderstand that order. Okay, when Krishna was just 8 years old, when he was performing this rasa dance, so many of the gopis were married. Krishna is how many years? 8 years.
8 years.
But they continue to think that Krishna is their husband. The attitude towards Krishna was that of paramour's love. Therefore, loving affair of Krishna with the gopis is called Paragya Rasa. Actually, Krishna is the husband of everyone. And here Srila Prabhupada mentions that when gopis were dancing with Krishna, who is actually dancing? The spiritual bodies of gopis they are dancing with Krishna. It is not the material bodies. The material bodies are there beside their husband only. It is the spiritual bodies of the gopis that are dancing with Krishna. So this is the point from Srila Prabhupada in Krishna book. So none of the gopis who dance with Krishna were in their material bodies. They dance with Krishna in their spiritual bodies. It's completely pure and divine. Carrying Krishna in their hearts, his devotees wander all over the globe without any contamination. So Krishna is the supreme purifier. See, actually, it's like sun planet, it purifies even the stool. It evaporates all the urine within the stool and all the water and completely purifies even the stool also. So anybody who has contamination, the contamination of Papa, if he chants, if he remembers Krishna, he gets purified. That's why Krishna is called as a Papa Vitam. Anybody who remembers Krishna gets purified. So Krishna's pastime with the gopis are divinely pure and transcendental. Completely very high level. And often that is misunderstood. So Krishna reciprocates according to Diva. So anyone whoever wants to serve Krishna in whatever way, Krishna will reciprocate. If someone wants to serve him in a mood of servant like Hanumanji, so Lord Krishna explains as Lord Ramachandra and you can serve as Hanumanji. like Hanumanji. And if anyone wants to serve Lord Krishna in a friendly mood, so he can serve in that particular mood. So like that, there are different moods. And like that, the gopis want to serve in conjugal mood. So Krishna, he gives them opportunity to serve in conjugal mood. And not everyone can serve in conjugal mood. Because they are all energies of Krishna. They are very high level. So, and this material lust is totally absent in Krishna. So that is precisely the reason why perfect celebrates like Jaydev Goswami, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Shankaracharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shivdev Goswami, they all have devoted their whole existence to chanting and hearing the glories of Krishna's pastime. Shivdev Goswami uses two specific words here, Bhaktim and Param. So the most dangerous aspect of contamination is lust or sex life. Bhakti Param, devotional service is so potent that more one advances in this life, the more he loses his attraction for middle life. See, the lust comes. Ravana, he had a half knowledge of energy. That's why he only wanted Sita, Mata. He doesn't want Lord Ramachandra. And similarly, you can see Duryodhana also, he wanted Krishna's energies, that is, Krishna's Sena, and he doesn't want Krishna. But Bhakti makes one completely intelligent. Like Hanumanji, he wanted Sita Mata and Lord Ramachandra. That is our topmost intelligence. So, when one becomes intelligent, then one will come out of lust and will get into the right feeling of love. They are just like iron and gold, two opposites. Due to the lusty desire only one, actually, see, the lusty desire is a relative outlook. See, under energy and energy. And is convinced about it. Is convinced about that relative understanding. And with that relative understanding, what has red color glass, red color what do you call, what do you call this specs. But if you see the white color light through that red color glass, he can perceive as red color. It is his main fault of the way he is perceiving. He has to have a right perspective. He should remove that covering. Right? So that is the point. So we have to get rid of this avidya anjan. This is the point I am saying now. The avidya anjan, one has to remove by prema anjan. So here when one sees Krishna with the prema anjan, with the ointment of love for Krishna, then one starts coming out of the relative outlook and one will have the absolute outlook, understanding of God. So this is about the logic, the practicality and the reality of energy and energetic. So the scientific nature of God. Any questions anyone wants to ask?
Do we take another birth in as a demigod sometimes?
Yes, sir. Actually, there are 84 lakh species, and demigods are one of the 4 lakh species. So, Brahmanda, Brahmide, Kona, Bhagavad, we keep wandering up and down throughout in the entire planet systems. There are 14 planet systems, like you saw, so different planet systems, there are different living entities. So there is a planet system called as Svarga, where there are demigods.
They also die like us.
Yeah, they also have limitation, yes. This is a statement in Bhagavad Gita. Shine Punya Bharti Loka Vishanti. Once the Punya becomes completely zero, they can come back to the Bharti Loka.
Then is Lord Shiva just a demigod?
Lord Shiva is the topmost demigod, and Lord Brahma tells in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Brahma tells in Brahma Samhita that Kshiram Jeta Tadi Vishesha Vikara Vivar. Just like from milk, the curd comes. When there's a tamarind, that has been added. So in a very similar way, Lord Vishnu is like completely spiritual, and he expands as Lord Shiva by accepting uh, a certain kind of nature, and he expands as Lord Shiva. So there is just like there is milk and curd, they both are white and they are different also. There is oneness and difference. In a similar way, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva, there is oneness and difference. And he is the topmost of all the demigods. At the same time, the Lord Shiva's nature, it is Shambhu Tattva. So all the living entities, demigods, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, everybody, they are Jiva Tattva. Like infinitesimal small spark. And Lord Krishna is Vishnu Tattva, the supreme, completely spiritual. So, and Shambhu Tattva comes in between. He expands as Lord Shiva. That is the point.
So Lord
And,
Shiva,
yeah.
Lord Shiva also is a devotee of Vishnu Narayan.
Yeah. Actually, Lord Shiva and Shiva Purana tells to Mother Parvati, Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param. Of all the worship of Lord Vishnu is the topmost. Any other questions?
This is the question not from the session. I have.
Okay, from first we'll take anything from session. Session से कोई doubt है? Okay, yeah. We will discuss. Correct.
उसके बाद हम लोग में एक सुपर सोल है
हमारे पास भी सोल के beside us also there is
नाम के मतलब जैसे गिरोदक्ष
Kshirodaksha Vishnu, he explains as Paramatma. Like Garbhodaksha Vishnu, you already saw. He explains as Shirodaksha Vishnu, Vishnu who is in a Shir Sagar. That's why he was Shirodaksha Vishnu. And he is the one who expands into as Paramatma into all the atoms and all the things. That's how Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, he manages the entire creation. Every atom and every individual is in the control of Lord Vishnu.
This is like this Shirodaksha Vishnu is in everybody's heart.
Right.
When the soul leaves the body,
Right.
then the heart is in the body.
Yeah.
Then Shirodaksha Vishnu
Right.
went with the soul.
Yeah. Shirodaksha Vishnu, actually when the super soul lives, then only the soul lives.
First super soul lives.
Yeah, actually it is super soul comes along with the soul throughout the journey of the soul, the entire Brahmanda. Till that time, is there in the middle world, the super soul comes along with the soul. Yeah.
जब जो लोग कृति करते हैं तो हम लोग पे एक्सटेंसी फील करते हैं वो क्या सुपर सोल के लिए या फिर हम लोग का सोल के लिए
The more soul turns towards super soul, the more we feel ecstasy. Actually, when we are away from super soul, we feel a distance. The more we tune to super soul, we try to chant holy names of God and we tune to super soul. The more we start understanding energy and energetic, and we start feeling the ecstasy, connection with God.
इनिशियली सुपर सोल अमाउंट is less
Super soul.
amount is less
Amount, super soul is infinite, in infinite spirit. Amount, okay. The experience of super soul amount is less. Okay, yeah. Like soul's experience of super soul amount is, he's totally turning away, is very, very less. And the more he starts turning towards super soul, more he starts experiencing the experience of super soul. So you can see, just like you have a certain subject. There is a study of chemical engineering, for example. There is a company, and generally the company, one has a different understanding of what company is and all. The more you start understanding what the different departments within the company, what the different contents within the company are for, and what is the purpose of the different operations within the company. The more you get understanding about what is the company, and then after that you become part of the company. That's how the training. They're very similar. The company, it has its all the running, whether we know or not. Company, it has its running, there is no. So it is just like we have a knowledge which is at the initial stage, and after a training stage, and after the training stage. So like that, at present, we are in a different stage, and the more we start training ourselves, the more we start understanding more and more aspects of the science of God, and then you start discovering the absolute truth, and then at a certain point, the more you start discovering, the more you start understanding. Yeah, initially the quantity is very less. Initially the it is very less. Any other question? Yes, sir.
You said about the nucleus that it is being stabilized as because the Lord is
Finding energy. It is the science itself says that, the finding energy.
Yes, it is so strong. There is no power, no nothing in the universe is so stronger as that. No force in the universe is as strong as that force. So, is each and everything that in the universe, whether it's a nucleus or the black hole, whatever the thing that exists in the universe, everything is, controlled by the Supreme God. Say that.
Krishna is giving that particular point, that how everything is in his control. He is the one who is the cause of all the causes. Antanta Rasta Paramanu Rasta. The statement of Brahmaji, as I already discussed, that he controls every atom and he controls the entire universe also.
So there must be so many other universe, and every universe must have his devotees, or you can say.
So actually Mahavishnu is the one who is creating different universes. They are coming from is different divine skill pools. And Lord Mahavishnu is the one who is cause of all the universes, and he is the one who is handling all the within the universe. He is the one who is handling, and every atom and every individual is the one who is handling, expanding and is handling it. We already very discovered that. So there is energy and energetic. So doubtlessly behind energy there is energetic, and energetic is God. So the entire Vishwa is handled by Vishnu.
Means you say that in this universe we are staying, and the other universe we are staying, or other means.
Yeah, there are other ways. So different universes, different beings. We are saying here only in this universe. We are not saying in the different universe.
But in the means, movies, or we are said that we are
Movies, मतलब relative outlook. You get it? Not they are human beings. See, we are taking absolute outlook from Brahmaji, from Lord Krishna. The movies, directors, producers, they have so many speculations and speculative ideas.
Hanuman Brahman.
Huh?
Hanuman Brahman.
It is not even Hanuman Brahman. It has its lot of
Mental aspect.
speculation and lot of human creative ideas, outputs, understandings, misunderstandings complete. Yeah, you can say Hanuman Brahman. Yeah, Hanuman Brahman.
One last question.
Yes.
You said that
Maybe we'll discuss personally also. I think some other question also we will do. Yeah. Go ahead.
you said the gopis' spiritual body dances with Lord Krishna. So at the Vrindavan, everywhere was you can say in their material form
Midterm.
in the Vrindavan.
Vrindavan.
Yes. So everyone was in their material form, everyone has taken birth in Vrindavan, and everyone was devotee of Lord Krishna. So how come their spiritual body gets separated from their material body and they dances with Krishna, with the pleasure of Lord Krishna?
Actually, Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, Acharya Upasana, like this higher dimensional science, they understand through Acharyas. So Srila Prabhupada is, telling this point that how gopis, they get separated from their material bodies and they dance. They go, the Rasa Stali and they dance with Krishna separately. So it is a higher dimensional science. How things happen. Just like you see, there is a sun which is there high above, and because of the reflection of the sun rays, you can see the sun in different pots. 100 pots of water, you can see a sun in all the 100 pots. The expansion of the sun, you can see everywhere. So in a very similar way, so the gopis, who are special, energies of the absolute truth. So they have their energies, they have their special abilities to be at one place and again expand to a different place and go there, with spiritual bodies. So they are at a different high level, they are at a different higher dimensional level, it is of expansion and different places. And you can see, just like the even the what do you call the word file or any file, you can say. In copy paste, it is there in two places. In the copied, and everything as it is. So even materially, you can see that there is possibility of expansion and things like that. So what to speak of spiritual level? Spiritual level, it's like it's a multi-dimensional, it's a higher dimensional, and a more science and more depth in the understanding of spirituality. And we can say the acharyas are mentioning that, so we accept it as the absolute. They have the higher outlook and higher understanding of. They have higher realizations of the absolute. They go to the scriptures. Acharya. So we will, I think, conclude here. कितने बजे lunch dinner? Till 9:30 it is there? Okay, 9 o'clock, 9:30 के पास.
9:30 it will be closed. Yes, before 9:30 we have to leave.
If someone has a question,
प्रसादम कितने बजे?
अच्छा वो that
no, no, 90 will close. They will not allow.
So
If someone has a question, you can ask.
personally we
If
can
you
talk.
if you have a question, this is